Hello YouTube. I'm about to make some turkey chops. Turkey chops taste so much like pork chops. If you're a person that don't eat pork, you have health conditions where you can't eat much pork, then that's a wonderful alternative. It's so easy to make. You make it the same way you make pork chops, and I'm going to show you how. I got these from my local market. I don't know about all the markets around the country, but my market carries it and is very inexpensive also. So throughout this process, you might just see mostly my hands because I have the typical New York style apartment and the kitchen is small, and you may not be able to see me or certain things at certain times. So I'm going to try my best to take this where you can see the majority of the steps. So I will be back with you in a second. For this process, here's my little bag of turkey chops. I made some the other day and I'm making the rest of them today. And here's my pan that I'm going to fry them in. You need one with the top on it. And what you're going to need is Goya Sazon. You're going to need Lawry's seasoned salt. If you don't have this, you can use just your regular salt. I usually cook with this kosher salt, but today I'm using this. And of course, you need your oil, garlic powder, onion powder, ground ginger, and pepper. So I'm going to wash my meat, and then I'll show you while I'm seasoning it up and everything. So I'm going to get started right now, and I'm going to wash my meat. You won't be able to see me washing it. You will hear it because the way my camera is. Now I really don't like the way this store cut this meat up, to tell you the truth. They usually have it cut better than this. I don't like this. I don't like the way that looks. Let me see how the other pieces are. Decent piece there. Yeah, they got it cut up in all kinds of ways, and it's not supposed to be like this. But I have to make do. Okay, usually they all are like this. They usually all cut up like this. I don't know what this is, but like I said, I'm going to still try to use it. So you start off with your Lawry's seasoned salt, and this is going to be seasoned to taste. It'll be seasoned to your taste. If you don't like that much salt or can't have much salt, then you just put a little less. Then you take your onion powder. You sprinkle that. Then you take your ground ginger. Ground ginger puts some great taste in your food. It's also healthy. It's a nice healthy spice to use. Now I'm using the garlic powder. You can get any kind, any brand. Just make sure that you season your meat very well. Even if you don't use that much salt, make sure the other spices are up there. You use a nice amount of it. And this is the Goya Sazon. I'm going to use half of this because I'm going to use the other half of the back of the meat. And now my pepper. So now I'm going to turn this over and do the back. Put a little less seasoned salt on the back of it. So you just repeat all the steps like you did the front. This is some very good meat. I am disappointed though the way it was cut up. I didn't know that it was cut up in this manner. And they had the good pieces in the front of the bag that they put it in and then they put the messed up pieces in the back of the bag. So now your meat is all seasoned up. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put my oil in my pan. Got the wrong one. And you just put the amount that you would use if you was frying some chicken or if you was frying some pork chops. And you can use any kind of oil that you would like. So it's like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put it to medium, and I'm going to put the top on it, and then I'm going to put flour on these chops, and then I'm going to start cooking it. Put it to medium heat, let it warm up some, and then I'll be back. I'm going to put the flour on the chops, and then I'll be back, and then I will start to fry them and let you see how it looks. So YouTube, I have this plastic container that I put some flour in, and it has a top to it. So I'm going to take my turkey chops and put a few in here. And I could use a bag. You know how we use the paper bags and stuff. Shake it like this to get the flour on it. And then see, it's flour's on it, very good. Just put it on the plate so I can get it ready for frying. And I'm going to put the rest in here, the rest of the pieces in here. Put it back in there in that container again. Got to make sure this is closed good. Just shake, shake, shake. So let me wash my hands. And these are ready to go into the grease. Now you take the top off and you just start adding pieces to the grease. Now with this meal, I'm going to have some string beans, and I have some rice that I had. I made it yesterday, so I'm going to make that. So now what you do is you put the top on. If it seems like the heat is too high, then you turn it down just a little bit. And every 10 to 15 minutes you start checking this to make sure that it's not burning. And I'm going to show you how it looks when it's time for me to turn it over and everything. So I will be back when it's time to turn this over, okay? So it's time for me to start turning these over. It's a light brown. You can make it darker than this if you want. You can control the heat how you want it to be. Now, if I was making smothered, I started to say smothered pork chops. If I was making smothered turkey chops, what I would do is, okay, I would turn it over like this, but before I even put these in the pan, I would make my gravy, and then I would make my gravy and put some onion in it. And after I just, like how I just turned it over like this, I would only let it cook about maybe 5 minutes. Then I would take it out, put it in my onion gravy, cook it down for 15 to 20 minutes, and that would be some good eating. But I didn't want to make it smothered. I might make it smothered another time. But I'm just showing you how to do it, and it's easy. This is an easy meal to make. So I turned it over, and I'm going to let it cook 10 or 15 minutes on the other side. Now, if your grease need to be turned up some more like mine do, just turn it up a notch, a little bit more, and put the top back on. And that's what you do. And I'm going to show you how it looks when it comes out and everything. I got my string beans in the pot with some margarine. And all I have to do is warm up my rice. And that's it. This is an easy meal. And I will be ready to eat. So I will be back. So now I'm back. I'm getting ready to take the turkey chops out of the pan. If you see how it looks. Nice brown color. I'm just draining it on some paper towel. You can even barbecue these turkey chops too. You can make it a lot of different ways. Make it a lot of different ways. I'm going to let this piece stay in for a couple minutes longer. Let's see. Let that stay in for a little while longer. the other pieces cooked a little faster. I'm going to turn this down, put the top on. But this is how it looks. And I'm going to, when I come back, I'm going to show you how it looks on my plate with the string beans and the rice and everything. And that's my final step. So YouTube, this is my dinner. There are my turkey chops. This is my white rice. And there's my string beans, and it has a little lemon on top. So I'm getting ready to eat my dinner and enjoy. And I will be talking to you all later. Bye.